Broncos will kick off first, and here we go. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Send the tight end in motion. Back has it. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Snap to the back. Hard running there. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
I know 4 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but man, it's so nice when you can dictate to a defense. And 4 yards, back-to-back plays now set up with a whole playbooks available. I can do whatever I want. I can be aggressive. I love when offenses stay in that third down and short range.
They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Direct snap. And they're able to get him on the ground. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Back has it. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look.
How about...
Here's a little room there. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown ball!
Man, it's a nice start for this offense. Their defense didn't have to play the first quarter. Like, that was unbelievable ball control, moving down the field methodically, chewing up clock, and most importantly, punching the ball in and getting the touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And how about that for a capper, a 43-yard run for 6. The returner will field it and try to do some business. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Corners are walked up tight. Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And tackled there by the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to the ground with the running back. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Oh, he's got a chance. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Looking to throw. Makes the grab. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And the QB going with a little bit of touch, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense, seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Tomlinson. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Broncos want to pick up the tempo. He's looking to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Snags it and he's open. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Now from inside the red zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Boise State!
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Really something to see, the lift that a play like that gives an entire team. 85-yard return for the touchdown. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Working on the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to go right back downfield. Makes the grab. At the 40, there he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. He's into the end zone for the two, and he gives them the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Fletcher. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on fourth. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets a block. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Timeout taken by Boise State. Second time they've stopped the clock here in the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking downfield very late in the half. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Upstairs, he's got it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. Never a doubt. They take a 4-point lead here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On the direct snap, it's Griffin. Oh, he's got some. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. The Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's the pressure. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts.
Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Defense in press coverage. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Tomlinson. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
That's caught. It's Craven. Racing down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator.
Oh, they try to trick him. The holder wants to pass. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Griffin. Breaks into the open. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
On the snap, it's Fletcher. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but his defense forces a 4th down. Back has it. How about that defense? Up and stopping him short on 4th down.
And, man, when I was in school, man, you didn't really work on 4th down. Like, 3rd down was a big priority. Nowadays, so many people go for it. This is the second time they've gone for it already. First time they were successful, but defense prepared, ready to rock and roll. They make the play, and they get the turnover.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. 3rd and 10. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip and tuck affair. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Timeout is called. It's the 2nd charge to Tennessee. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Throws to the wideout. Zips it out to his man.
An offense is situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get 1st downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
The Broncos are marching down the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And that's a moment defensively you just got to have it, right? 3rd down, you've got to get a stop. And what's even better than that is you get him out of bounds so you've stopped the clock. That is perfect now. You're now giving your offense an opportunity to come back on the field, march the ball, and hopefully get you the win.
Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
So here is the Tennessee offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Quick completion on the out. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Williams open on the right side. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Quick completion on the out route. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. A designed run for the quarterback. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. That holding call threw him in reverse. Now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah,